What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I have got a super cool video for you guys today. I'm super pumped up to be back at it. I'm just going to do my normal quick recap stuff we've had going on before I jump into what we're doing today. We haven't really messed with the Harley truck any, other than we have got our mirrors on and everything, and the caps are currently being paint matched, and I'm waiting on those to come back. And also, if you guys can tell, the rack is free. I have been using the heck out of this thing. I love when my lift is free and I can use it. It makes my life so much easier. I've actually never had anything of my own personal owning on this rack. It's always somebody else's stuff. So I used it to fix my wife's car the other day and a couple other odds and ends. So really pumped to have this back up and going. And I believe we're not going to do it in this video, but we're going to have a big series here we're going to get started on. We are going to get the dually, the tow rig. We're going to get it fired up. For those that have watched the channel and know, that thing has a cracked piston. We bought it like that, and I believe what we're going to be doing is we're going to pull the engine out of the Harley truck, and we are going to throw all the stuff off the Harley truck onto the dually, because I have a engine ready at Randy's to go in this thing. And then we'll worry about our performance stuff as we continue on with it. But I'm gonna get the dually up and going. That way we got something for work and all that other good stuff, and something to pull the white truck. So we'll start on that here coming up. We're gonna do this video today, and that'll be my next big goal. Another big event I want to talk about that we just found out about. All my local people that are near me, or Alabama, Georgia, anybody in these general states surrounding me. If anybody knows anything about Sick Week that they do in Florida, the huge drag and drive event, found out yesterday that they are going to be doing a event up here called Sick Smokies. It'll be Edelbrock Sick Week Smokies, and it will basically start in Alabama, go to Georgia, I think, and then to Crossville, to Knoxville, and then back to Alabama. And I'm pretty positive that we're going to change a little bit of stuff on the white truck, and I think we're gonna put the white truck in it. I am super pumped for something like that. I think that's going to be a really awesome experience. Going to be a lot of good video content for you guys. So I'm pretty positive we're going to be doing that. It's not until October, a little bit in the middle of October. So just keep that in mind, guys. And then if you guys, watch me and you guys are racers and stuff like that, go on to sickmagazine.com and do the point of interest and fill out that form and everything, because I'm pretty stoked for that. I'm pretty positive that we're going to be putting the white truck in on that event. And me and Adam, the Dome Gnome, I think me and him are going to do it together, and I'm pretty pumped up to do that. So I think that's all I got as far as updates go. Nothing crazy going on other than that. Got a couple trucks out there we are fixing. Got one YouTube customer truck right there, just getting some small stuff, hoping to get that finished up. But all right, let's go ahead and let's talk about what we got going on today. Going to be a little bit different from my normal content. I've talked about it briefly that I am kind of a somewhat decent detailer. I enjoy doing it. I'm by no means a full-blown professional when it comes to detailing and paint correction stuff. So I'm going to show you guys today on what we're doing. I have got this super awesome 95 Eddie Bauer Bronco in the shop, guys. This thing is so wicked. I can't even explain it. It is a really immaculate vehicle. It is an Eddie Bauer edition. It's been sitting under a carport for like 7 years. So this is Brian, my employer. This is his daddy's, and he owned it for, I think he bought it brand new in 95, and they are passing it down to one of the kids. So they brought it over here. I had to put a radiator hose on it, and I believe I'm going to go ahead and paint correct it for them. Really looking forward to it today. I'm going to walk you guys through how I do it and everything. I'm going to lay everything out, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to get it pulled out, get started on it, and like I said, by no means a professional. I think when it comes to like on my Harley truck here, I can usually do a pretty good job, but that thing needs to be wet sanded. And once we get into that, I'm out. So this is going to be some pretty simple stuff. I'm going to show you guys all the products I use, all the good stuff, and I'm going to walk you through step by step on how I do this. So you guys can do it on your own vehicle if it's just something like this, but we're going to bring this back to looking like glass, guys. It's going to look real good, especially for being as old as it is. But I'm going to go ahead and get it fired up, and we're going to go over and we're going to get it washed, and we're going to go from there, and then I'll walk you through everything from that point forward, guys. So I've got everything laid out here. I want to go over real quick before we get started. Turn you around real quick. So I'm going to start with how we're going to start in our line of product here. Almost all this, well, all of this stuff is chemical, guys. I'm not diehard chemical, guys. It's just what I have used. I kind of am leaning more towards the Atom stuff nowadays just because of the simplicity of it. But this stuff is what I use and it works great. So I kind of stick with what I know. So we will start with washing the vehicle with this clean slate stuff. I will go ahead and foam cannon it first and try to break up all any type of stuff that's been sitting on the paint and let it kind of rinse off, and we'll rinse that off before we start washing. That way kind of prevent a little bit of scratching. Then we will go ahead and get our bucket and our wash mitt and start washing with the clean slate soap. And then from there, we'll go ahead, we'll dry it and everything along those lines, and we'll go ahead and we'll come back, and then we will go ahead and clay bar the entire vehicle. This is going to get all the contamination that's been embedded in the paint. Like if you walk over to a vehicle and you hear, like you run your hand down it and it sounds really sandpapery, the clay bar will pull that out to where it's nice and smooth. So we'll do that. From there is when we will start with our paint correction, and we're going to start with the V36, which is the actual cutting polish, and we will use a orange Hexlogic pad from them on that. And then once we are done with that, obviously you're going to need a lot of microfibers to get all your extra polish off. From there, we will jump over to the V38 stuff, which is your, like, just kind of to get all the abrasion out from this setup. And we're going to use the white pads from them. And then from there, we'll go ahead and we will do our, kind of like our sealant stage. So we'll use the butter wax there from them and a black pad, which is just for laying wax on. And then once I get done with that is when I will go ahead and use their ceramic coating stuff. I know there's better stuff, but it works and it's what I've got. So that's what I'm going to use. And you will apply that with their just normal, just like their applicator pads. You don't want to use a machine on that. At least I don't. Next thing I want to talk about is you do not have to buy a super expensive buffer. Obviously, this is kind of more geared towards guys that are just going to be doing stuff in their garage. So this is just a Harbor Freight Chicago electric unit that I've had for years. I mean years I've had this thing, and it's been great. It's done me well, and I'm just going to keep using it until it burns up. I think it was like $20 or something like that, and it does great. So that's kind of the rundown of everything we're going to use today. Obviously, I'll stop and kind of briefly talk about everything. But I'm going to go ahead and get that thing fired up and get it taken to the house. And we are going to go ahead and get started on our wash process. I swear you cannot beat these things, man. There's nothing better than getting in any type of OBS truck, Bronco or whatever. I just puts a smile on your face, guys. All right, guys, sorry for the wind noise. Next thing, I've got my foam cannon put together here, and then my bucket that I have filled with our soap, and as well as some just water. And then this is another pretty important part, is this trap right here. It's a dirt trap. It goes in the bottom, and it'll just kind of help prevent from all the crap that's going to be coming off the paint on this from kind of getting back on and causing scratches. So it's nice to have that. Not necessary, but you know, if you're going to be doing a full paint correction, you know, not too bad of an idea to get it. But we are pre-rinsed. Now I'm going to go ahead and foam cannon it, rinse that off, and then start washing. Got 90% of everything off, and then I got called out to go work on a truck, so I had to kind of rush. But that's pretty much the gist of our wash process. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get our clay bar pulled out and start clay barring. Once you get done with that, the way I like to do that is I will just start in like one panel section. So like what I'll do is I'll start with this fender, and I'll just from that fender go to the back one, and then from that door go to the back quarter of the truck. I do that even when we're polishing. So you'll see me stop and then go to the next one, then go to the next one. But that's our next step. Let's go ahead and start clay barring. You need to make sure that you have a decent amount of lube. That stuff that comes with the clay bar, either that or water works, but I like something that'll help the clay bar slide. So quick detail or something along those lines, but that's our next step. So real quick, I want to show you here. This is our clay bar actually right here. And what I'm going to do is I like to just take, here's our lube, and I'll just start soaking it down. And then I like to just make a nice flat just patty that you're going to work with your hand. And I'll just do like this little instance right in front of us here. And you're just going to soak it down real good. And then you're just going to take this and just start working it side to side. You'll feel it grabbing stuff out of the paint as you go. And every once in a while, check your clay. And if you have anything in it, just knead it up and make you another nice clean patty. So our clay bar sequence is done. If you have any concerns that you missed anything, what you can do is just make sure your hand's nice and clean. And then what I like to do is I'll just kind of make my way around, just kind of feel her up a little bit there. And if you feel any kind of like hard spots or anything where you're like, I like to wear gloves because it'll catch the glove. Hit it again with the clay bar. You might just have to spend a little bit more time in some areas. I did have one section like right here that was real bad. I had to spend a lot of time on. And yes, you can use this on everything. Use it on the glass, get all the crap out of the glass. I even go as far as buffing the glass when I get done, and we'll ceramic coat it as well. That's pretty much the gist of the clay bar thing. If you drop the clay bar, do not reuse it. It will pick up everything off the ground, and accidents happen. So I like to order 2 clay bars when I do a full vehicle. Usually you can, like on the Chemical Guys one, you can get like 2 good decent sized patties out of 1 clay bar. So I like to order one just in case, you know, accidents happen and you drop it. You do not want to pick that back up and go back at it, because if you pick up a little tiny piece of gravel or something, you're going to scratch the piss out of your vehicle. So do not do that. But I'm going to go ahead and we're going to move on to our first polishing step. And that's going to be our V36 compound. And that's our heavy cutting compound, this stuff right here. I've had this for a long time. I've used it. We're going to hit it with this and with the orange pad. And then we're going to go to the next step, which is like the V38, I think, which is our finishing compound. So I'm going to start with the hood and then work my way. I've already done the passenger side of the vehicle already. I did it last night. And so I'm going to do the hood, and then we're going to do the other side, and then we're going to go ahead and hit it with our next round here. Another quick thing, since we're going to start polishing now, that I want to touch on just to help you guys is we are not going to stay in one area. What I like to do is we're going to put some compound on this. This is dirty because I've already done this side. But we're going to put some compound on our pad here, and then what I like to do is I'll blotch it around a little bit on the section I'm working. Like on the hood, we'll do like where the ridge line of the hood is, we'll do half this way towards me, and then I'll do the other side. But what we're going to do is spread that out. I like to put it on a low speed, and then what I'll do is I'll just spread it evenly across, get a nice even thing, and then I will bump up my speed to usually around 4 or 5 on the back there, and just make sure that you are not spending a whole lot of time in one area. You'll watch me, I like to do in like a cross pattern, and I will not stay in one area for very long. That's where you can do some damage and burn through some paint. So you do not want to do that. Just move pretty quickly. If you're on the high speed, spread it out, get a nice even coverage of product, and then hit it hard. But like I said, don't put a lot of pressure and do not stay in one area for a long time. So I think that so that this video isn't like, I don't know, 2 hours long, I'm gonna just kind of show in this video the hood section. That's gonna be, I'm not gonna walk my way around and film every single section of the Bronco here. So I'm gonna start on this side and get that, the V36 side done, and then I'll put you back up on the hood, and we will start with the next compound in our other pad. So next time you see me, that's what we'll be doing. There's a lot of stuff you're not going to be able to get out on some vehicles, guys. Like on this one, you can see where it's just the clear coat's really just not really present anymore. You can see in the reflection of that light, and then we can go to a different area and it gets real nice and then kind of ugly. So there's really not much you can do about that except for wet sand, and I really don't even know if that would help depending on how thin the clear coat is. So don't be discouraged if there's a lot of sections that y'all can't get perfect. This isn't meant to be like a full-blown, you know, perfect thing. I'm just showing you guys how to make it look really nice the best you can at home without consulting a professional. So I'm going to start on this side, and then I'll put you back on the hood, and we're going to jump over to the next compound step. So I took a quick break here. Wanted to show y'all what to do on your metal trim there. This is just kind of an example there, but so on this stuff, it was extremely oxidized, and you can buff it, but the best stuff that I have found to make that look amazing is this white diamond stuff. This stuff is the ticket, guys. I'm already out of this bottle. That's how much of this stuff I use. I use it on all my polished stuff, my titanium stuff underneath the hood of my white truck. But this was extremely oxidized, and I'm just going to show y'all. Just going to wipe it off here, show y'all how good it looks just from hitting it with a little orbital buffer. Look at that. Beautiful. And the way that I apply that is you can do it by hand, absolutely, but it makes your life 1,000 times easier if you'll just go get you a just any type of drill and one of these cone wheels from Advanced Auto, and just go to town on it, guys, and then buff it off. It makes everything look really good. You can use it on these wheels, all that good stuff, and it does really good on headlights as well, actually. So just wanted to stop and share that little bit of information real quick with you guys. So now I'm going to jump to my next polishing step. Okay, guys, so I'm at a kind of a stopping point here, and I just wanted to show you before I throw you up on the tripod and start on the hood. So I've got the entire both sides of the truck done, and I just wanted to show you what we look like as of right now. Come out amazing. So this is our last step with actually cutting. So this is with our V38 compound. Yes, V38. Absolutely beautiful. Come out great. Very, very happy with how it came out. I'm going to go ahead and get it up on the hood, and that's my next step to finish up. And then when we get done with that, we're going to jump over to the butter wet wax, and we're going to wax the entire thing. Kind of moving on, this is kind of our halfway point. Now we're going to start protecting everything. So now we'll hit it with the wax, and once the wax sets up and everything and dries and we get it all buffed off, then we'll move to the Hydro Slick, the ceramic coating. So final step here is our Hydro Slick stuff. This is our ceramic coating from Chemical Guys, and just one of their applicator pads. And I'm just gonna do some dollops on there, and then just the exact same way, just work my way side to side, get a nice even coat, let it set up, and then buff that off. And from that point, you're pretty much done. Shine your tires, clean up all your chrome and all that other good jazz, but that's pretty much it. I like to use this on the glass as well. It's kind of like same stuff as Rain-X. So we'll finish this up real quick, and then I'll do a final shot of what it looks like in the sun and when we're finally wrapped up with it. I am wrapped up here with the entire Bronco. Just a couple key takeaway points. When you get done with everything, it's good to go ahead and pick a nice sunny day and pull it out and just go back over it and everything, because 9 times out of 10 you've left some compound and stuff somewhere, so you'll see it. Just go back over before you give it back to the customer, or if it's your own, pull it back out. Just make sure you've got all the polish and everything off of it so you ain't got hazy spots. Go back through, hit everything with some tire shine, make everything look nice and pretty. I go through and do pretty much everything. Like I went back here, did the nice spare tire cover, made it all pretty looking. Very nice. Turned out absolutely fantastic. Very happy with that come out. Did the inside of it and everything for them. Yeah, not too shabby. Another thing is a really good pointer is go get you some black nitrile gloves. This stuff is extremely rough on your hands if you do not wear gloves. So just a heads up on that. I've done it a lot where I don't wear gloves, and by the time you get done doing an entire vehicle like this, it will have dried your hands out to the point that they're cracking, and it is not a good time. So that's a good point to take away as well. But last little walk around here, guys, I'm very happy with how it turned out. I would pull it out in the sun, but it's raining today, so I went through, shined all the plastics up as well. I mean, this just goes to show that you guys can do anything you set your mind to. Obviously, when it comes to getting really, really serious with stuff like wet sanding and stuff like that, I'd probably recommend using a professional. But zero reason you guys cannot do this to your own vehicles at home. Use those products, use Adam's products, whatever you want. Those are just the products that I've used for a long time, and I know they have good results, so I stick with them, and you'll be good to go. But just a quick, different video from what we're normally putting out. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to give it back to my buddy here. I'm all wrapped up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. Also, the merchandise store, we are working on the website. We're just waiting on the website to get done, guys, and we'll have everything on there. So stick with me on that. I appreciate you guys' patience. You guys are the best. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.